Yo, this is what y'all all been waiting for, man. This is how you fill out the US passport application to become an American national or a state citizen. You do not want to be a US citizen. I already explained this in my other video, the government exposed video. Go check it out. But this basically frees you from all that and gives you dang near diplomatic immunity, you feel me? So everybody has tried many complicated and time-consuming things to retrieve the rights that are secured by the constitutions and to stop unconstitutional traffic tickets, taxes, prosecutions, foreclosures, depriving you of your Second Amendment rights to bear arms and lawsuits. I'm not going to go into all that has been tried and failed. It'll be too time-consuming and most won't understand anyway, so I'm going to give you a brief description of how this works. So a U.S. citizen is a citizen of the federal corporation and not a union state or USA republic. So now it's easy to see that a U.S. citizen is a legal fiction or a U.S. corporation that has no rights secured by the Constitution. Only people have rights secured by the Constitution, not legal fictions. You should have checked off other on the form because you are a state citizen of your state that you were born in, which makes you a citizen of all states and one of the people and a beneficiary of the Republic USA Constitution of 1789/1791. A state citizen used to be known as a citizen of the United States before the Civil War, but the meaning has been changed twice for the purpose of fraud. The United States of America is the de jure republic government, not the United States, which is a corporation. The preamble to the Constitution establishes the United States of America, not the United States. So we have two different and distinct national governments. This treachery has always been the goal of the enemy. So look, to reclaim your citizenship, you need to certify your citizenship by getting a passport as a state citizen. Your birth certificate that is required for your passport is the proof that you're a state citizen and is your title and deed to your rights secured by our founding documents. It is on bond paper and you are the bond holder / beneficiary. However, though, you will not find the term state citizen on government forms because they are deceptively hiding it from you. They are deceptively hiding it from the public. They use terms such as non-citizen national, national, or other. When you get your passport, it will look like any other and say that your nationality is the United States of America. This is true if you are a state citizen, 14th Amendment citizen, or a U.S. citizen. No matter what, your nationality is still the United States of America when it comes down to these passports. They do this to hide what they are doing. Remember that a U.S. citizen is a legal fiction, aka a U.S. corporation with no rights. A 14th Amendment citizen has little rights. A state citizen has absolute freedom and liberty protected by our founding documents. You are not a legal fiction, nor are you a U.S. corporation, nor are you a U.S. citizen, nor are you a 14th Amendment citizen. You are a state citizen of the state you were born in, which makes you a citizen of all states and a non-citizen national of the United States of America. You get me? So this is what we're going to do first, man. One thing is to remember, man, the most important about this whole process, about this whole application, is to make sure you do not put that you're a United States citizen, that nobody you even know is a United States citizen. So let's start off. The first part, you'll do it just like regular. Put your last name up here. Put your first name down here. And then we got the middle over here. So fill all that out just like regular. It's like a normal day in the park, you feel me? All right. Get that filled out. Put your date of birth in there, you feel me? Boom, boom, boom. Is you male or female? I mean, I know a lot of people confused about that nowadays, whether they male or female. But, just take a little simple check between your legs and you can figure it out. Put your place of birth down. Boom, boom, boom. Put the comma in there, space. Boom, boom, boom. Put the state. I left this blank right here because I don't know your social security number. But put your social security number right here. See, back in the day, people will put like all zeros right there, but now they not accepting them like that no more. They not going at all. So even though we want to separate ourselves from the social security number, you have to put it down on here or they don't have to accept your passport application at all. So put that down. Email, I never really put my email down. If you want to put your email down, then that's on you. You know, I'm not going to knock it, but I didn't do it. Put your main phone number right here, your cell phone number, whatever the case it is. I know people don't have house phones like that no more, but. All right, now this is the part where it gets different, where you need to pay a little bit attention. And we only doing this just to get their attention, just to let them know that we filling this out different and they need to pay attention to the very important part that we're going to get to. So right here, put in care of. You want to put in care of right here, then put your address. You don't have to put in care of in each you don't have to put each letter in the box when you put in care of. You could just write in care of regularly. Then put your address in each individual box, like how they have it. Now, when you do this, this just means like that's where you receive your mail, but you don't live in their jurisdiction. That's all you're saying to them. This is where I receive my mail at, but I don't live in your jurisdiction, basically, because they'll use a mailing address to try to get you in their jurisdiction, because all mailing addresses belong to the United States, and zip codes too. If you put a zip code, that you're basically claiming to be within the United States. All right. So after that, address line 2, you don't got that, just leave it blank, whatever the case it is. Put your city again. I mean, your place of birth might not be the same thing as your city, but if it is, then, you know, put your city again, or put where you currently live. Put the state, put the zip code. The zip code is in the United States because it belongs to a mailing address. So right here, you put the zip code. Next time we get to the zip code part, you're not going to put it in. But for this mailing address part, we're going to put it in. All right. Down here, you do not sign until you actually get in front of the person you turn the passport into. So if you turn your passport in at the post office, which that's where most people go to get their passport and their passport picture, you're going to need a passport picture. You can go to Walgreens and have them take it for you and you can pay them for it. But I think it costs the same to have it done at the post office. So you could just get it done right at the post office, have them take your picture. And I think they give you 2 copies of it. They take one for the passport and they give another one to you. But this is important also. You want to write without prejudice UCC 1-308. Without prejudice, PREJUDICE. UCC 1-308. This is so that you do not waive any of your rights when you sign your name, because a lot of government documents and stuff like that, they try to get you to waive your rights when you sign your name. So we need to make sure we keep all our rights intact when we sign our name, that they're not taking any assumption that they can waive any of our rights. So that's why we write without prejudice, UCC 1-308. Do not sign your name until you're in front of the actual authorized agent that you turn it into, though. Remember that. Otherwise, they might make you have to fill out a whole nother application if you put your signature down before you actually get in front of the person. This is for if you're like younger than 16. Then you got to have your parents sign off on it for you. All right, now we're getting over to the important parts. All right, so again, you're going to have to put your name here. Put your date of birth. After you do that, we're going to go into your parents. You could put your father up here, your mother down here, your mother up here, your father down here. If you just want to put one parent, your mother, because that makes it easier. Instead of having to fill out all this extra information, you just put your mom up here and go about your way. You feel me? Like that. But this is the most important part of the whole application. Nothing else we did really matters. Everything else we're doing is really just to put their attention on this one part right here, bro. Just so they know that we're filling it out different. We're doing something different and they really pay attention to our application. That's why we did all the other stuff. This is the most important part. So after you put your mother's or your father's name, boom, boom, they got the first and middle right here, last name, date of birth, place of birth. They're going to ask the sex, and then they're going to ask, are they a U.S. citizen? You are to put no. Nobody you know is a U.S. citizen. Nobody you're related to, your parents are not a U.S. citizen. Your wife is not a U.S. citizen. If you're married and you put your spouse's name on here, no, they are not a U.S. citizen. No. This is the most, I cannot stress that this is the most important part of the whole entire application. This is the main part of the whole entire application. This is the reason why we're filling out the whole entire application. So put your mother, father name. If you want to, just put your mother. No, not a U.S. citizen. Your mother is not a U.S. citizen. You are not a U.S. citizen. Your father is not a U.S. citizen. Your wife, you have a wife or a husband. They are not a U.S. citizen. No. So put the date of y'all marriage. Have you ever been divorced? Whatever the case it is. All right, boom. Now it's back to your information. They want an additional contact phone number if you have one. So if you got a work number you want to put on there, a home number, you can fill that in. That's up to you. I don't have an additional number, but I just put that there anyways. Occupations. Put your occupation. What do you do for a living? What type of job do you do? You feel me? What's your career? I put YouTuber, just for an example. Employer or school, Google. Because if I was a YouTuber, that means Google is the employer. You feel me? So whatever the case it is. If you're a insurance agent for State Farm, you feel me? Like something like that, you feel me? All right, put your height, put your hair color, put your eye color. All right. This is another thing. This part right here can be the difference between you getting your passport card or passport book within 8 days and 8 weeks. Like, seriously, this is the difference right here. Hold on. Before I even get into that part, I got to go back to this part. Make sure up here you put which one you're getting. Are you getting the passport book? Are you getting the passport card? Are you getting both? And then are you getting the regular book or the large book? So if you're getting a passport book, are you getting the big book with extra pages, which you don't need it? You can just get the regular book and you're fine with that. Or are you getting the large book? So regular book or large book, you put it in what you want. Of course, the large book is going to cost more. And are you getting just the card or the book? See, if people don't have the money to get both, if you don't got no plans to travel overseas, then and you don't got no money like that, then I would say get the passport card if you don't got enough money to get both, or to get the book, whatever the case is. Because the passport card will do the job and it get you to where you need to go. But if you just have the passport book alone, the passport book is more powerful because you can't use the passport card to fly overseas. You can use it to take a boat overseas or to drive across the border. So if you go to Mexico or Canada, you can use the passport card. Or if you take like a boat to like, Bahamas or Jamaica, something like that, you could use the card. The book is for flight, you feel me? But also the book is just as powerful and it gives you American national status and state citizen status like the card. But nobody likes to really carry a book around them all the time. Nobody wants a big book in their pocket trying to carry that around to show identity, this and that. So this passport card can fit right into your wallet or with your debit cards, credit cards, where all your other IDs are at, you feel me? But if you're going to get both, put both. I forgot to mention that at the beginning, but now I did. All right, now this is another important part because this could decide if you're going to get your passport in 8. Oh, snap. This can decide if you're going to get your passport in 8 days or 8 weeks. Because look, if you get it regularly sent, it could take 6 to 8 weeks, I think, to get it. I think that's what it is. If you get it expedited, it'll be 4 to 6 weeks, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if you get it expedited, it could be anywhere from like 3 to 6 weeks, I think. 3 to 5 weeks, somewhere around there. I don't know. They got it on the website. They tell you how long it takes or whatever. For you to get it expedited, it takes an extra $60, I believe. So if you're going to get it expedited, you might as well get the book and the card at the same time so you can just pay that expedited fee one time. Another thing. If you want to get it in 8 days, which is what I recommend. Well, I recommend you to get it expedited, period. Because if you don't, then and they see you're trying to become an American national or a state citizen, and they see you're trying to secure your rights, get this diplomatic immunity, you feel me? Then they'll probably take the whole 8 weeks to send you your stuff. They're going to take as long as they possibly can. And we want to be a national as soon as possible. We want to be a state citizen as soon as possible. I am a state citizen. I was born in Illinois. That means I'm an Illinoisan. That's when somebody asks me my nationality, well, like a government figure or any type of authority or figure like that asks me my nationality or application, I'm going to claim to be an Illinoisan, a state citizen, American national. So state citizen, American national, that's what you are. And once they see that you're trying to become that, they will take all day in the world to give you your stuff back. And we don't got time for that. So if you were born in Texas, you're a Texan. If you were born in Oklahoma, you're an Oklahoman. If you were born in Florida, you're a Floridian. You know, it goes on and on. You're born in Missouri, you're a Missourian. Born in California, you're a Californian. If that's what they call it. I don't know exactly what they call it. Because I know one of them is different, like Wyoming or something like that. They call those people something else. I forgot what it is. It's not like you're a Wyoming Knight or something like that. They call it something else. I'm pretty sure. Or is it Utah? It's something. But the name isn't part of the state. It's like a whole different name. You understand me? But anyways, off that subject, I'll post that up on my YouTube as a post to show you guys all the different nationality names for the states. But anyways, carrying on, it will be wise for you to get this as soon as possible. See, now here's a little trick for you. You can book a hotel. What part are we at? Over here. Oh, here we go. Travel plans. You could book a hotel in like Canada or something. You can book it in Canada or Mexico or some Jamaica, whatever, but Canada is the easiest. You whenever just book a trip in Canada. And you can put the departure date right here and the return date right here. Put it like a week away from when you turn in this passport application. No, put it like 2 weeks away from when you turn in this app. So if you're going to turn it in tomorrow, put the departure date like 2 weeks away or maybe even 2.5 weeks away. So put it like 2.5 weeks away for your departure date. Then on your return date, you know, it don't really matter. And then put Canada or whatever the case it is. What this is going to do is going to make them get your passport to you in 8 days, which is the quickest you can get it. You will not be able to get it that quick in any other way. Otherwise, you'll be waiting longer than 2 weeks to get your passport. Even if you get it expedited, it's going to be two weeks or longer to get it. If you reserve a hotel in Canada and take the hotel reservation up to the post office with you or to the passport agent with you, and you give that to them, then they'll make sure you get your passport within 8 days. As soon as they turn it in for you and they take it and they accept it, you can go right home and cancel your hotel reservation. And then you'll still end up getting it in 8 days. You already showed them the reservation. They already believe that you're leaving, you know, in a week or two, whatever the case, in a few weeks. So that's all that matters. Now, here's another thing. Right here, it says permanent address. We're going to put rural free delivery. That's what you want to put right there. And they even got that option right here. It says RFD right there, just in case you think I'm doing some crazy stuff. But that's what that means. That means rural free delivery. RURAL. Now, like I said, again, this just means like you do not live in their jurisdiction. You're reiterating to them that you do not live in their jurisdiction. So you're going to put rural free delivery, and for the zip code, all zeros. This means that you live in the republic and not in the fictional jurisdiction. You live in the republic. You live on the actual land. You're not living in any fictional entity or jurisdiction or none of that bullcrap they got going on. All this corporations, all this incorporated stuff they got going on. You already understand by now that the United States is just a corporation. It's a business. All right. Now, emergency contact. Put your mom's name, your wife's name, your brother's, sister name, anybody that's close to you that you rely on or trust the most, whatever. Put their name in there. Put their address in there. Their city, state, zip code, phone number, blah, blah, blah. And what's the relationship to you? If it's your wife, put your wife, your mom, put your mom, brother, put your brother. You know what it is, man. And this is for if you already had a passport book or passport card, which if you did have one already, 9.9 times out of 10, you filled it out as a U.S. citizen and you screwed yourself. So you're gonna have to return these in. Don't go get they have a form for if you want to renew your passport. Don't use that form. Use the original form that you use when you originally get your passport. Even if you already have a passport book or a passport card, use the same one. And when you go turn in your passport application, you have to take your old passport book or card in with the application. You have to turn it in. So you're going to have to turn your old passport book or card in with this application if you have one already, so they can update your information and they'll send it back to you. And that is how you do it. It's that simple. Something so simple that we could have done a long time ago and saved us a whole bunch of trouble. Maybe saved us a whole bunch of traffic tickets, a whole bunch of trouble we had with the cops. Maybe saved us from getting arrested, spending the night in jail, spending time in jail. You feel me? Getting charged for a non-victimless crime. You feel me? If there is no victim, if there is nobody, if there is no injured party, then there is no crime. That's the legal definition of a crime. There has to be an injured party. If there's nobody bringing a claim against you saying that you physically injured them or their property, then there is no crime. And this will reinstates that. When you fill out this and become an American national or state citizen, it reinstates that, because U.S. citizens are forced to comply with statutes, regulations, codes, and ordinances. Not state citizens. State citizens are free. State citizens have all their constitutional rights secured. I'm going to expound on this a little more in another video, but right now I just want to make sure that y'all got the basics and stuff. You feel me? I want to make sure that y'all just got this out the way, because people keep on writing me and saying, man, where's the passport application? Where's the passport video? Where's the passport video? And I'm like, dang, I'm bogus. I got all these people out here as United States citizens with no freedom, and they just keep on asking for this freedom. So, let me give them this freedom. You feel me? Again, without prejudice, UCC 1-308. Without prejudice, UCC 1-308 above your signature. Do not sign it until you turn it in. Do not sign it until you go up to the post office to turn it in, or go to the passport agency to turn it in. You have to sign it in front of the agent. But you need to remember that you need to have this right there so that you are not waiving any of your rights when you're giving your signature, and they understand that you're not waiving any of your rights. Again, this part is mainly basic. It's regular stuff you can fill out by yourself. Down here is where it changes. You need to put in care of. Don't forget your social security number. In care of. Put your address down. Boom, 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 boom. Without prejudice, UCC 1-308. Over here is where it gets different. Remember, this is the most important part. No, neither one of your parents is a U.S. citizen. No, your spouse, if you have one, is not a U.S. citizen. Remember that. That is important. That is very important. That's the most important part of this whole thing. All right, now, and if you get a job and they give you that I-9 form, remember, use the I-9 form to put check off non-citizen national, or state citizen, or American national, whatever they have on there. But mostly, I've only seen non-citizen national I-9 forms. So make sure you click that. That's the same thing as a state citizen or American national. You are a non-citizen national, which means you are a non-U.S. citizen national. That's what that means. What else, man? If you want to use a W-9 or a W-8 bin instead of a W-4, that will make sure that taxes aren't taken out of your check, and you'll get all your taxes back. You'll get your full check. They won't be cutting your check short. None of that. You'll get your full check. And since you're an American national, aka state citizen, you're not required to pay taxes. Only U.S. citizens are required to pay taxes. Besides that, taxes are voluntary, and the the ex-IRS director admitted that himself. When you buy a gun and fill out the form, do not check that you have renounced your U.S. citizenship. You were never a U.S. citizen, so there is no U.S. citizenship to renounce. I have bought plenty of guns since and used my passport for ID rather than a state ID. Again, not everyone understands this. So some gun dealers are apprehensive. Just tell them to run the application. If anything is wrong, they would deny it, which has never happened with anyone I know. So basically, when you try to go buy a gun, Give them your passport number, your passport card number, give them that number. Or if you got the book with you, give them the passport book number and have them run it. Now, they might act funny at first because nobody's ever done that before. So they might be like, what the heck? No, I need a FOI card. I need a gun card or a concealed carry license. I need that. Like, oh, no, this works. Me and a few buddies do this all the time or something like that. You know, just let them know, oh, just run the number. It'll work. Trust me. And then they'll run a number and then they'll be surprised to see that they can actually sell you a gun with the passport card or the passport book. Even if you don't have a FOI card, they will sell you a gun, guys. This is giving you all your true freedom. You never put down that you live in the United States. You live in the United States of America. You do not live in the US. You live in the USA, or simply say you live in America. On a lot of forms, you will see United States, but they do not make it clear if it's the federal corporation or the republic. I believe if it asks what country you live in, then it must be the republic, not the corporation. The corporation is not a country. You will find this all through the United States Code and the Code of Federal Regulations for the purpose of confusion. So study carefully to see what they mean by the United States. You got to pay attention anytime you see that on any application or anything you're filling out. You need to see what they mean by the United States. Once you receive your passport, you should never have to pay taxes. You can carry any gun. You should not get tickets. You do not need licenses, permits, and fees. The bills of exchange will work. They cannot come after you for debt or foreclosure. You may get a few letters for not paying debt, but you cannot be sued for it. Simply send back any summons with a cease and desist letter as mentioned before, you feel me? As mentioned later, actually, because I'm going to mention that later. Or better yet, don't answer it. But I mentioned that back in my the government exposed video. I said how like basically can't nothing come against you. A lawsuit can't come against you. Any of that stuff, you know, just send them a cease and desist letter. Let them know y'all ain't about this life. Y'all don't want this smoke. Oh, fun and great. But anyways, they can't even get a default judgment against you. The only thing you cannot do is cause injury. They can arrest you for causing injury to someone. Anyone that causes injury needs to be arrested, though. On some real shit, if you out here fucking physically harming people without a good reason, you're not defending yourself or whatever the case it is. If you out here destroying people's property, then yeah, motherfucker, you need to be arrested because you're doing too much. But this is for the case that you cannot be arrested if there ain't no injured party, which that's common law. That is the original law that the United States of America was under, common law. If you didn't hurt anybody, then there ain't no crime. Do as you wish, do what you want to do. All right. So, even though you can do all these things, I highly recommend that you do not shove it in their face. Be on good behavior and do not draw attention to yourself. Also, give any police officer a friendly chance to discover who you are. So if you walk up, don't start telling him, I ain't handing you nothing, I ain't showing you nothing. I don't answer questions, I ain't saying nothing. You feel me? Which I don't answer questions, that's a good thing to say to them. But don't just give them nothing and say that. Like, oh, I ain't gonna give you no type of identification, nothing. Just, I don't answer questions, get out of my face. Cause then you might have some problems there. I'm gonna let you know now. Cause they don't even know this. Police officers don't even know about this, bro. They're blind to it. It's just for some reason when they search you up, it's gonna tell them not to even mess with you. When they run your card, it's gonna tell them not to mess with you. So like I said, do not shove this in their face. You feel me? When he wants some identification, hand him the passport card, hand him the passport book, hand him that. Don't try to not give him any identification. Most usually, you will not get a ticket in most states except for 3. I'll address that later. If he gives you a ticket, sign it without prejudice and forget it. Or if you got your name, trademark, or copyrighted, don't sign it at all. You know, just give him a warning that he's going to infringe on your copyright, your trade name, if he writes your name down. But that's a different case. That's only if you got your name copyrighted or something of that sort. Okay, so sign it without prejudice and forget it. Don't go to court. There's nothing they can lawfully do. Do not go to court. There is nothing they can lawfully do. Several law enforcement officials have confirmed for me that when they pull someone over that is red flag or restricted because of the state citizen passport, they have no jurisdiction to arrest them or write tickets. But they are told to write tickets anyway and let the court handle it. They have no idea what happened. Nothing did happen. Do not pay the ticket. Do not go to court. However, though, There are currently 2 or 3 states that I know of where the shadow government slash deep state criminals have taken over. And sometimes they will instruct the officer to give you a ticket. At this moment in time, they are Arkansas, Missouri, and Colorado. And I've heard of a couple more states since, but I'm not for sure about that. I didn't know what was going on, but we found out from a government official that the State Department has not been putting people all the way over to state citizen status for the past few years. That's unlawful, of course, but they do put you over to red flag status for an unknown amount of time. Then if there are no incidents, they put you over to state citizen status. The difference is only concerning traffic tickets. Everything else, such as taxes and lawsuits, are still the same. This is only about traffic tickets. It's like 3 states that are still fuck you over with the traffic tickets. I don't know. They found some type of way to get around it. You feel me? But there's a few other forms that can easily beat traffic tickets in court. You feel me? Especially if you got the assumed name, or you got a trade name, and then you got certain forms that you could turn into the IRS on the court. And then, it's some people that talk against the COL form, but fam, I've seen proof that the COL form has even beat little cases like this. All right, now look. Since the passport removes your social security number and name from all the government attack systems, they cannot come after you that way. So they attack the driver's license itself. They suspend the license and put a warrant on the license, but they will not arrest you. They will continue to pile up the fines and warrants. Then when you apply for a job, all of that stuff pops up and you might not be able to get a job. But now you don't need a license any longer, and some have even chosen to turn theirs in, which I'm one of them. I surrendered my license. I don't have any valid license anymore. I drive strictly on the passport. And the passport is all they hand the cop when they're pulled over. And I'm one of them. So when you do this, man, you getting true freedom. I'm talking about you can even go to your insurance company, man. And you can give them the passport instead of the license. And even your insurance will be cheaper. Even your insurance will be cheaper when you use the passport card or the passport book. And I'm telling you, this frees you from so many things. Remember, the states are Arkansas, Missouri, and Colorado. So don't be out here driving all crazy because you got the passport card in them states, because they found a way to still give people, they found a way to still give people tickets. And like I said, we're not out here to start trouble because we got some type of form of diplomatic immunity now, because we got all our constitutional rights. We're not out here to start trouble. We're just doing this to keep trouble from finding us. You feel me? So yeah, man, use your passport for ID anywhere you go. Anytime you will use your license or your state ID, use your passport. I do not carry my state. I have a state ID still, but I do not carry it anywhere with me at all. I leave it at home. I don't even have it. I just have my passport card, and I leave my passport book at home too, unless I'm going to travel. I use my passport card so they can never assume I'm a U.S. citizen. They can never try to put me in their jurisdiction. So always use the passport for your ID where possible. Some places will give you a hard time, like while you're buying a gun or whatever the case it is. But once they run it, they're surprised to see that they can sell you one. You can order the passport card, book, or both. But like I said, if money is hard on you right now, man, then just get the card at least and get it expedited. If you can't, then just get it. But it's going to take you a long time to get it. Get it expedited. I highly recommend that, man. But always keep it on you. Always have your passport card on you. Do not leave it at home. So when the officer runs your ID, he or she will see your status and they have to let you go. The status most law enforcement see on their background check when they run your car is going to say something in all capital letters like restricted. It's going to say do not stop, do not detain, do not interrogate. It's also going to say that you have a lifetime concealed weapons permit. So this just lets them know that you have all your rights. They're going to know that you're something different. They're not even going to understand what's going on, but they still going to understand that you're something different, and they just going to have to let you go. You can even ask a cop about this and they still won't tell you nothing about it, because for one, they don't know. And another thing is they're not supposed to tell you if you're on a restricted list, if you're on a do not arrest list, or do not stop or do not detain. If you're under that type of status with them, you feel me? They're not going to tell you. But I've gotten word back from somebody. He just got arrested a few weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago. He got arrested, and he just got his passport card, but he's still on parole at the same time. So he's still under their system. He's still trapped under their system right now until you get off parole. But anyways, I guess he had like expired license plates or something else or something like that. And when they put him in the back of the car, he said that he seen the restricted, do not arrest, do not detain. Like he seen that he said the cop was scrolling down his laptop and he seen that come up in all bold capital yellow letters, bro. And that's just crazy. So yeah, that's even more proof that what I'm talking about actually works. You feel me? But here it go for y'all. I know y'all been waiting for this. Remember, most important part, no to U.S. citizen. Everywhere it says U.S. citizen, you put no. That's the most important part. I hope all y'all get on this ASAP so y'all could take this journey with me so we could do this together, you feel me? Without prejudice, UCC 1-308. And, you know, whenever y'all get in a jam, y'all can share y'all experiences with the rest of us. Like, oh, this and this happened and they let me go. You know, just more proof for what I'm talking about. You know, I'm trying to help everybody truly get free from the matrix. You understand me, man? So here it goes for y'all, man. I might update this and post another video of this that's cleaner or whatever the case it is. But here you go.